So there's been a lot of debate online recently between the communities of FC Career Mode and Football Manager regarding what game is better. But I use that term debate loosely, more so belittling and patronising comments by one community to those who simply prefer playing a different game to them. I've seen FC Career Mode players be called kids, slow and sad only in the last few days, with a few tweets flying back and forth between the communities. And that's where the idea for today's video comes. Why not give my reasons as a Career Mode player as to why I never got into Football Manager and why I prefer Career Mode? Is it because I'm immature, dumb, or know nothing about real life football? Or are there clear different experiences in both games? That's what I'll talk about in this video, a Career Mode player's perception on Football Manager, and also an issue that I have with a small minority of the Football Manager community lording it up over other people because of the game that they play. Just quickly before I start, I'd really appreciate a like on the video to help support the channel and its growth, and if you're new here, remember to subscribe if you want to see FC26 Career Mode and other football gaming content. I'll talk about my experience playing Football Manager and what I don't like about it in a moment, but first I'll talk about what made me make this video in the first place. I already have a list of video ideas written down, ready to make, and I just had, in quotation marks here, just play FM. This is something that I found baffling for quite a while, as to why on so many YouTube videos, forums, tweets about Career Mode, you get a minority of Football Manager players entering the conversation, telling you to play Football Manager or belittling people for playing Career Mode. And it's just getting weird. Like I say, this video was an idea anyway, but recently on X, this has become more of a prominent conversation. A few tweets got a lot of attention and started to raise this issue even more. I just want to say quickly that I have no issue with Football Manager as a game or the wider community. People can play whatever they want. If people prefer Football Manager to Career Mode, I could not care less. It has no effect on my life, and I understand it as well. Both games offer different experiences. If some people have a different preference, I fully understand that and I have no issue, and I'm not having a go at those people in particular. But if you follow me on X, you'll probably get where I'm coming from with what I'm about to talk about. If you don't follow me on X, then here it is on screen. What happened was a tweet went viral just of a guy sharing the team that he created on Career Mode. Now this got 6.3 million views. There was no caption, just a photo of a Career Mode team, and this guy was getting pelters, to be honest, from all directions. People were saying, how can you play Career Mode like this? Why do people play unrealistic? What's the point in this? And it's harsh, to be fair. Like, for me, this is the least interesting way to play the game, but people can do what they want at the end of the day, and people making a little bit of a joke about it, I guess, isn't the end of the world. The guy took it kind of well in the comments, but then the Football Manager community started getting involved in talking about Career Mode. So Out of Context Football Manager, which is a really big page on X, talking about how Football Manager is astronomically clear of FIFA Career Mode. I made the point that it's weird to throw your hat in the ring and start comparing the games when they offer completely different experiences, and I was trying to just explain to people, you can easily make the game more realistic if you want to. We've got some weird tweets here, talking like they're in the trenches here about self-discipline that you need for Football Manager. And again, if you're looking for a game that's realistic, you don't play FIFA Career Mode. Again, an unneeded comment, nobody asked. And it's not just me that finds it bizarre. BCHD here put it a bit more bluntly that FM diehard fanboys might be the most annoying people in gaming. So again, it's a small minority here. I was just starting to see more and more patronising comments and replies from, again, just one side of these two communities. Another guy here making a really good point about people just wanting to play the game or want a better visual experience. And then again, it's like, you'll grow up and you'll realise managing is better than playing. What? And I thought it for a while, do Football Manager players get anything at all from doing this? It is just a bit weird at this point. What are you actually gaining out of this? Here we've got a lovely conversation going on here that if you play FIFA past April and you're over 16, you're an extremely sad human being. What a lovely thing to say. Again, why? I mean, for me personally, I've barely played the game this year. I spend way more time making the YouTube videos now about what's wrong with the game, but even so, for people that play the game past April, why are you insulting them on X? What are you gaining out of that? I'm not going to spend too much time reading through all of these tweets. These are the last few, but again, you can see my points here if you want to pause the video. It's just weird when people have a superiority complex over playing a different football game to another and feeling like they're more mature, basing your maturity and intelligence over which video game you play. What a weird way to validate yourself. Again, if you're playing FIFA Career Mode for its accuracy to real life, you're a little slow. Apparently this is a fact as well. I don't know who proved the fact, but apparently, yeah, we're all slow. And again, no Career Mode player says that the game is realistic or in-depth as Football Manager. In fact, we constantly complain about the game not being in-depth enough. So I don't get why the minority of that community feel the need to keep jumping on and pushing that narrative against the community that actually aren't really pushing back against that. This goes back to what I said at the start of the video. Are all Career Mode players just immature, dumb, and know nothing about football? Or perhaps there isn't a glaringly obvious thing in career mode that isn't in Football Manager that people prefer. Not like people like to play the games or prefer a better visual experience, or a game that you can decide yourself how in-depth and realistic you play it. And that's what I'll talk about in this second section of the video. I myself have tried to play Football Manager twice in the past. I tried it on PC and then I tried it on Xbox a year later, and I've got to say from my experience I just didn't get along with it. Now for me, Football Manager definitely has qualities that I wish were in career mode. There is no debating that, but it offers a completely different experience. I want to get into the game because of how in-depth it is, but the truth is, for new players, it's a really inaccessible game to play. You have to spend hours and hours to learn it, which people might argue and say, well, of course, well, it's more difficult, it's more realistic, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, a lot of adults have lots of stuff on their plate where they don't have hours and hours just to simply learn a game before they can even start enjoying it. That's kind of how I feel with Football Manager. For me, with a new video game that you're playing, it needs to grab you. And when I look at Football Manager, the UI, the graphics, the way the players look, it just isn't immersive for me. But with career mode, I feel like the menus are more sleek and easier to navigate. You can see the players in the menus, you can see yourself and the players in cutscenes. When it comes to the gameplay, you can actually feel the improvement in players and their stats by actually using them in games. I'm not saying that is what makes a game better, it's just what makes a game more preferable for me and for a lot of people. Football Manager is more realistic and more in-depth, but it's not the perfect game that Football Manager players like to push on career mode players. I find it bizarre that when you actually go into the communities on Football Manager, they complain a lot about the realism in the game and things that need to be added or improved, but yet it's completely flawless when it comes to talking to career mode players and trying to push the game. Like when I played, the league tables were so unrealistic, the transfers were all over the place. Again, I just couldn't get into the game. Maybe for Football Manager 26, with them improving the graphics and the UI, and I'll make a video about that in the future, maybe it will be a lot better for a new player to take on the game, like what Sports Interactive are actually trying to do. So it might be a game that I actually do buy and the one to get me into Football Manager, who knows? I also saw, like, with one of these comments, the whole point of it was to raise awareness for the game, like as if it's some rogue game that career mode players aren't aware of. If you are a Football Manager player watching this video, just know that career mode players are fully aware of your game and they've made the decision for one reason or another to play the other game. Now, just because you go into one of their comments about career mode and just tell them to play FM or tell them FM is more in-depth or better, they're not going to go out and play the game. And if they do go out and play the game, what are you going to get out of that? Are you going to get commission for that? It's like a cult or something. Like it's really bizarre, especially when we're drawing up comparisons with two completely different games that actually are trying to take things from each other. So for example, Sports Interactive are improving their graphics engine to make it look more like FC does and to compete with them on a graphic level. And EA are trying to make career mode more in-depth and realistic year after year to make it more like Football Manager, yet the communities are having these stupid arguments over which game is better. It's like comparing apples and oranges. So just to conclude this video, I've talked about what I didn't really like about Football Manager when I played it, and I will make videos talking about the new game because I cover other football games on this channel, but just a few things that I see usually put at the career mode community that I just want to address quickly. So these are comments that you would usually see on career mode posts that I just want to cover really quickly. So Football Manager is more realistic. Yeah. Nobody's debating that. Again, people play career mode usually because they want to play the games. Playing the games and controlling the players isn't realistic. Yeah. Obviously, neither is managing a football club on a laptop from your bedroom either, so they're video games, they're not meant to be realistic. Just play FM. That's not a point, and nobody's going to go and buy the game just because you replied to that on post complaining about career mode not having enough depth. FC25 is for children. Both games are PEGI free. If you prefer career mode, it means that you know nothing about real life football. Again, read my post on how to make career mode more realistic and then try to come to the same conclusion that we all don't know things about real life football. Again, the people that want to play realistic will play realistic. The ones that maybe don't know as much about football, who cares? But that's all I want to talk about in this video. Again, not slamming people for playing Football Manager. It's something that I am interested in giving a go when the new game comes out because it does look good, and I'll make a video about Football Manager 26 when there is a little bit more content out there to talk about. I want to see the new UI more than anything. But if you enjoyed the video, hit a like, subscribe if you haven't already, because there is a chance that if you click off the video, you won't come across the channel again. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this whole situation with Football Manager and career mode players debating online and things like that? If you're a career mode player, what is it that's prevented you from going and playing Football Manager, and vice versa as well? So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.